Now, the Washington Post reported on Wednesday that Trump had allegedly made a promise to a foreign leader that was regarded as so troubling by the intelligence agencies that it prompted an official to file a whistleblower complaint. So now that's really interesting, slash possibly disastrous. Now, the report cited two anonymous former U.S. officials familiar with the matter. Now, if it's true, holy crap. A lot of questions, though. And there is a lot of speculation going on as well. Now, so far, we don't know what foreign leader Trump was speaking with. In fact, we have absolutely no information on that or what he pledged to deliver. But, and they're not even sure if he's directly involved in the matter. They will not give us any sort of information. Okay. Now, again, all we know is that there is a whistleblower that has come forward, not actually come forward in person, but all we know is this reporting. So again, this is a developing situation, right? But if Donald Trump is promising foreign leaders things that are getting people worried enough in order to file a whistleblower complaint, which we know does exist, that's not good. So now, which foreign leaders? And again, we're going to go into some speculation, but what foreign leaders would he be able to, or would he make promises to? Well, I mean, you have Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia. You have Vladimir Putin, possibly Duterte of the Philippines. Kim Jong-un of North Korea. We don't know. But according to the Washington Post, it raises new questions about the president's handling of sensitive information and may further strain his relationship with U.S. spy agencies. Now, one former official also said this communication was a phone call. So apparently, he had a phone call with several leaders, or several different leaders, and one of them he promised something. Again, we don't know, but you go back and look at some of the people that he's called, and one person shows up. That's Vladimir Putin. Now, the Post notes that the president spoke or met with about at least 5 foreign leaders in the weeks preceding the complaint, including Russian President Vladimir Putin, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan, Emir of Qatar Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, and Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte. So, I don't know. That's interesting. According to the Post, Intelligence Community Inspector General Michael Atkinson had received the whistleblower complaint on August 12th and had deemed it both credible and urgent and submitted it to his boss, Mr. McGuire. So now, here comes another part, right? And maybe the reason why so many people are outraged about this. By law, McGuire is required to transmit such complaints to Congress within 7 days. That did not happen in this case. According to the Post, he refrained from doing so after turning to legal guidance to officials at the Justice Department. Now, that is the Trump Justice Department. That's headed by William Barr. William Barr is a noted Trump defender. So he's one of the Trump sycophants who does nothing more than kiss her ass. Now, McGuire's refusal to hand over the complaint to Congress at the apparent advice of the Justice Department sparked concerns that the acting intelligence chief and the Department of Justice are subverting the law to protect President Trump from whatever possible promise he made to whatever leader. Now, legal experts said that there are scenarios in which a president's communications with a foreign leader, and generally they don't consider those communications a bad thing at all, which I understand, but there are scenarios where these communications could rise to the level of an urgent concern for the intelligence community, and that's what happened in this case. This is apparently one of those scenarios. And of course, I'm very, very concerned, especially considering how I think Putin was one of the recent people that he met with that could have sparked that complaint. Now, look, unlike the mainstream media, right? I'm not saying that Donald Trump works for Putin, right? I'm not saying that. We don't know who he made that promise to or who he talked to. But there are a lot of ties between Russia and Donald Trump. For one, he's received a lot of money from the Russians. They've had a business relationship for a very, very long time. And Trump is a deeply corrupt person. He only cares about himself and his own wealth. Is it possible that he makes promises to other countries to help boost himself or his business ties or do something from some sort of personal political gain? I think very much so. He's already directed a lot of foreign and domestic money to himself through his hotels since becoming president. He's a deeply corrupt person. Deeply corrupt person. So, look, we don't know the details on this. Too many questions, a lot of questions that still need to be answered. And I don't think we're going to get answers right off the bat. There's probably going to end up being a very long, drawn-out legal fight to see what's even in this complaint, right? And so this is the possibility of, again, maybe lasting to the election or through the election, possibly being very damaging to Trump, and I don't know what else. So it really is a very open question, and we're just going to have to wait to see what else develops. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent, progressive media.